What's going on, folks? We're down here at the range today. I got my buddy with me. He's one of the co-owners of Downrange Hat Company. You see I got their hat on today. That's their logo. Show them your hat. What kind of logo is that you got on there?
Yeah, this is our exclusive War Chief hat. You guys can get that at www.downrangehatcompany.com, along with some other military, patriotic hat gear that we got. So check it out.
Check them out. There's some pretty good dudes, man. They got some cool stuff on their website. They got some Whoopie jackets. They got some other type of like jackets, shirts, t-shirts, hats and stuff on there. Check them out. They're pretty cool. Well, my buddy came out here today. We're going to sight in one of his new rifles. He just picked him up a Danieldefense. I'm going to let him show it to you and maybe show you one of the cool features on it. It's a Cerakote job on there. Tell them what you got there.
So I just picked this up the other day. It's the Danieldefense DD7, the lightweight. It's got the lightweight barrel on it. It's got the Danieldefense rattle can Cerakote on it with all Danieldefense furniture. We're going to run the Trijiconmro today. We haven't sighted it in, so we're going to work on that and get a little range time in.
One thing cool about this rifle, you mind if I look at it real quick?
Absolutely. One
thing cool about this rifle, it's got Danieldefense little ultralight barrel in it. And I'm going to tell you, when I picked this thing up, it feels like it's a sub 6 pound gun. I don't know if it is, but it's right around 6 pounds, even with this optic on it. And if any of y'all know, these MROs are kind of heavy, but even with this optic on it, it feels like it's right around 6 pounds. He's got a BCM out here too that's got a fairly lightweight barrel on it, and this is considerably lighter, and the BCM doesn't even have an optic on it. But I don't know if y'all can tell of the Cerakote on there. It's kind of subdued look. It's black. It's got the fishnet pattern on there with almost like a gray to it. It's a good looking gun. And it's nice and smooth. It feels like they used the Elite Series Cerakote on here because the Elite Series is real smooth to the touch, where the regular H Series has a little texture to it. But this is a good looking gun, and it's real subtle, but it's very handsome. If you can see it, I'll get up there close and let you see it. It's got a few different colors in it. When you first see it, it looks black, but when you get up close and really start looking at it, it's got some different colors in it. I'm gonna break this down for you real quick and show you the bolt carrier group. Danieldefense is known for their bolt carrier groups like BCM is. They use a really good bolt carrier group. And if you'll look at this, will you hold that for me real quick? If you'll look at this bolt carrier group, it's got real good staking on those gas keys. I mean, really good staking. Some of the best staking that I've ever seen. It's hard to see on camera. While the gas rings are nice and tight, it's got a nice smooth movement to the bolt. The bolt doesn't have any grit to it at all. It is chrome lined, you can tell around in there. Of course, it's a Danieldefense. It's all gonna be mil spec. It's gonna be a quality gun. But we're gonna get this thing out, shoot it a little bit, and let my buddy tell you what he thinks about it. Me and my buddy, we decided to sight this thing in. I usually like to start at 10 yards just to get it on paper. He'd never fired this gun with his optic on it, so we went to 10 yards just to get it on paper, and then we backed up to 25 yards. And I've had some problems in the past with sighting in these MROs, and this one was a little finicky today too, but we got it sighted in, and everything was good. Now from that point, we went into running a few drills, some transition drills, just to see how the gun would move and how the follow-up shots would be on target. And I can tell you, I was pleasantly surprised with this gun. It's a light gun. The gun is not heavy at all. And I'm gonna tell you, even with the optic on it, it was one of the lightest guns or AR platforms that I've ever picked up before. So that made transitions super fast. But if you'll look, the muzzle rise on this gun is almost non-existent. When I was shooting it, I was able to keep the muzzle super flat. So my follow-up shots were super fast. And I'm gonna tell you, I really like this gun. There's a good chance I'm gonna run out and buy me one. I liked it that much. The weight of it, the quality of it was excellent. And they have a high price point, but they have a high price point for a reason. Now, price point's a little inflated right now due to the current market, but I will say Danieldefense builds one heck of a gun. It was a good shooter. I'm not going to say I liked it more than my BCM, but I would put it right up there with my BCM. I would say the fit and finish is probably a little better than BCM, but the quality of the parts and the quality of the assembly, I would put them on par with each other. Think about this Danieldefense. Sorry about that. I liked it. It was a really good gun. I've shot Daniels in the past before I did the whole YouTube thing, before I was reviewing them. But this is the first one I've actually had and did a review on, taking a critical look at it and really analyzing it against other platforms that I've reviewed or that I own. And I will say the quality of this gun was second to none. It had really good quality. The biggest thing that stood out to me was just the fit and finish. It appears that Danieldefense has superb fit and finish. Their Cerakote was some of the best Cerakote I've ever seen. Will it hold up? I don't know, but I can tell you from the looks of it, that is some of the best Cerakote I've ever seen. A lot of times with Cerakotes, especially when they start doing patterns on it, you're going to get lines where the edges are on the pattern. It's hard to not get lines. Even when I do it, I still get lines, but they didn't. And I know they have robots spraying them, but at the same time, man, it was good. It was really good. The texture of the Cerakote, I think that's what I was most impressed with, was the Cerakote itself. The Cerakote was amazing on that gun. It really was second to none. I've never seen Cerakote done that good before. And I do Cerakote. I can't do it that good. But another thing that I was impressed with on that Daniel was the how flat it shoots, the recoil impulse. The recoil impulse is there. It's not any different from any other AR I've ever shot with a birdcage flash hider, but the way the muzzle stayed so flat when I was shooting it, to be that light but yet maintain that flat shooting platform, man, it was pretty impressive. It really was. My BCM shoots like that, but my BCM's considerably heavier. I've got 13-inch quad rails on my BCM, so it's quite a bit heavier. I do have the enhanced lightweight barrel on it, but those quad rails kind of hold that recoil down a little bit. That Danieldefense was so light. I can't tell you how light it was. It was so light, and for it to handle the way it did, handle the recoil and stay as flat as it did during recoil, I was pretty impressed with it. I don't think it's overgassed. It's definitely not undergassed. It could probably be back down a little bit, but I don't think it needs to be. I really don't think it needs to be. I think a lot of people play too much into this overgassing thing nowadays. When you have a medium length gas system versus a carbine length gas system, it's awful hard to overgas a medium length gas system when you're used to running a carbine length gas system. There's a lot less gas even in an overgassed medium length gas system versus a carbine gas system. So I think it's gassed good. I think the build quality is excellent, and I really enjoyed shooting it. As in the past, the MRO was a little finicky to sight in. I've had problems sighting those Trijicons in. I've sighted a couple of them in, and they're kind of finicky. I don't know what it is about them. I have a tough time sighting them in. I can take an aim point, an EOTech, Holosun, Vortex. I can sight them in no problem. But the little Trijicons, they're a little bit harder to sight in, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. They're a decent optic, and I really like the view from behind it. has a very wide view, and I've always liked that with the Trijicon. But anyway, as far as the Danieldefense DD7 goes, man, that's a big thumbs up. It was a sweet gun. Tell you what, when you're done watching the video, if y'all have got a Danieldefense and you've had good luck out of it, put some comments down there in the bottom and tell me what you like about your Danieldefense. Also, if you've got a Danieldefense and you've had some problems out of it, leave that down there too. I'll be willing to bet the pros outweigh the cons 10 or 15 to 1, or even more than that. Also, with the Cerakote that's on the Danieldefenses, leave some comments down there if y'all got any that are Cerakoted. I'm kind of interested to see how that Cerakote holds up. I am almost certain that the Cerakote they're using is the Elite Series Cerakote. I've got like right here, that's the Elite Series Moss versus the H Series. They're two different types of series of Cerakotes. This is a heat cured and this is a heat cured. This is thicker and has a texture to it. This is much thinner and it's got a slick texture to it. So I'm almost certain that they were using an Elite Series Cerakote on that rifle. But I'm gonna tell you what, that thing was slick. It was slick. I liked it. It was a nice gun. So also, when you get done watching the video, go out there and visit that website, downrangehatcompany.com. They're really good dudes. He didn't really want to be on camera, but I kind of didn't give him a choice. So I was wanting him to bring some products so I could show you. And I forgot to tell him to bring some, so that's on me. But they got some pretty cool products over there. And y'all run over there and check it out. You probably find something you like. Anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it around, and leave me some comments down there in the bottom because I want to hear about y'all's experience with Danieldefense. Thank y'all.